Now, on this episode of A Prepper's Life.
This video is going to be a little different. Past 2 years, you've seen videos of me working on this house and this renovation. You know, getting it ready to sell so that we could move either out to the bug out land or to a place closer. And also a place with a little more property and a little more freedom for growing, maybe raising some livestock and stuff like that. My ultimate goal, of course, is permaculture setup. And so you have been inundated with videos about that subject. All of the stuff that I've done has come in bits and pieces throughout the videos. Well, what I want to do today is I want to kind of wrap all that up, kind of do a look back and kind of try to get the whole renovation down into one video. The reason for this really is not so much for the prepping channel as it is for an archive for me and my family to look back on at some point in time. It's going to be out there, but obviously I'll be sharing it with you. So I guess what I want to do is kind of tell the story. You gotta understand that I've played guitar for the better part of my life. Well, I did play the guitar for the better part of my life. And so I was really into music and different genres. And when my 10th anniversary came up, my wife says, "Where do you want to go? What do you want to do for our 10th anniversary?" And it just kind of hit me, I want to go to Nashville. I've never been there. I'd like to go, see it. It's supposed to be country music or Music City, USA, and so the idea was, let's go down there and check it out. So we did that, and as soon as we flew in and kind of went around a little bit, we fell in love with the place. And we were sitting at dinner one night, and I said, let's move here. And of course my wife was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So you got to think about this. Here I am, several years into a job in the mills. I operated what they call a globe saw. It was a big computerized saw that took these huge panels off of the presses, and then they had a big warehouse where all these piles of this wood sat, and I had these electronic carts that would go out, pick them up, bring them in. I would program this huge saw to make all these cuts, and then it would feed it and cut it. And so my job was to run it, maintain it, and it paid pretty good. But I had also had lots of experience prior to that as a graphic designer, and I kind of wanted to continue to pursue that. So it was a hard thing to do, to kind of give up what is a mainstay income to continue to pursue what you really want to do, right? So part of the plan to get down here was for me to finish my schooling. I had already had an associate's degree. So to make a long story short, I started working on the bachelor's, finished that, and worked on a master's, and I ended up with a master's in information technology project management. 5 years later, we actually moved here, which basically meant I quit my job. A few months before that, I flew down here, found this house, and it was on a lease to buy kind of deal, so that we've got it all locked up so that when it was time to come down here, we had a place to live. And we loaded up the truck at the time. I had a truck and I think I had a trailer, Yeah, I had a truck and a little U-Haul trailer behind the truck, and then of course my wife had her car. We attempted to get everything on this truck and trailer. Somewhere in Utah or something like that, the truck I had started overheating and kind of broke down. So I ended up having to go back to U-Haul and rent a bigger truck and a trailer to haul my truck, and swapped everything around and drove here.
Words that I've said squirts the flesh. The voice that I raise roused the bones. As I slammed the door, white doves flew away, thinking what's left behind is not for me anymore. Rushing through some dark streets, heading for the highway, while trying to straighten up things with myself. Vows have been taken back then, said I'll stay with you through better and worse. Many eyes, many ears witness what I say. That's what I say. I must have been mad.
I drove here without a job. So did my wife. Within a month, we were both working. And the one thing about that was, I think it was about a month, but I ended up working for Gibson Guitar, which was kind of the dream I had, to come down here and work for Gibson Guitar in their web development department. And God bless me, and I got to work at Gibson Guitar in the web development department. About 9-10 months later, things started going kind of bad in the economy. They started laying people off. Since I was one of the last ones in, I was one of the first ones out. I wasn't out a month. I had the job that I have now. So I was well blessed within all that. What that started was a life here. From 2008, we came in here. We moved in here April 2008, and it had carpet in the living room, in the bedroom, carpet all upstairs. It had a vinyl flooring look, tile look in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. The walls were a dullish white. It was an off thing, I guess the builder, a lot of the stuff that the builder got for this house were kind of off-brand, closeout kind of items. And I never did like the color of the walls. They were just kind of darkened things up a little bit. And we lived like with that for a couple of years. And then one day my wife wanted to change this floor to the bamboo. But I was kind of hesitant to do it because I had actually just started this channel, and it was 2011. I had a prior channel that I started about 2009, but I started Subtac in 2011, and I was kind of hesitant to do this kind of stuff just because it would take time out of me being able to work and then do work on my channel. So I rushed through this and got this done. Well, that planted the seed in my wife's mind that I could do all this other stuff, which I can, but it didn't mean that I wanted to. I used to tell people that, I know how to lay carpet, but I'm not going to tell anybody that because they'll obviously want me to help them lay their carpet, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to lay carpet. Because of that seed planted in her head, when she just, at some point we decided, maybe we should sell the house and move to another location. She was not liking the neighborhood a whole lot, which I don't mind the neighborhood myself. But obviously I kind of like the idea of getting a bigger plot of ground because of the stuff I wanted to do. So the renovation began, and this probably was within 2 years ago that we kind of finally started the full renovation, which started with the flooring upstairs, and then the bamboo into the master bed, and then the tile, all the new painting of the walls, brand new front entry door, all the changes that were made to the front yard, which the yard has gone through several changes. Appliances started failing, so we replaced all the appliances. The water heater finally failed. It's brand new. The kitchen, of course, the cabinet renovation, countertops, the backsplash, all that stuff really has turned this into a very beautiful home. And now that it's done, there is a sense of relief and kind of a sense of sorrow. It's a home full of memories, a lot of effort, you know, sweat of the brow, so to speak. It's yours, it's mine, it's what I did. So it makes it kind of hard to go away from it. But on the upside, once it sells, we're basically going to be debt free. But it has been a journey. And I am glad to see it over. But I'm also sad to see it over. If that makes any sense. Anyway. Anybody want to buy a house?